In the beginning of this 3-year journey, I remember Lord Jesus would tell me, he said, do you think I get a chance to rest? And he was talking about the profession that I've been praying and asking him and God to have. And he was saying that in the profession that we have, we don't get any time to rest. So I'm always doing something, and I'm always having to plan and to work things out. And most of the time, really, there is no rest. So therefore, it takes a toll sometimes, but at the same time, as long as I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to do, that's all that matters. We have to remember that the last should be first and the first shall be last. So me personally, I'd rather go ahead and be the last one and then be first later, because I'd rather go ahead and get all the work done and then after that go ahead and play later. I remember when I was going through everything and I was just so angry. I was angry at the Lord. I was angry at the situation, angry at myself, because I can't, no matter how much I want to fix the situation, I can't. I might be doing my best, but as a kid, we learn that if we do our best, the situation will change and it will get better. But in all actuality, when you start to grow up and you realize as an adult that I'm doing my best and nothing is changing, then you start to realize and you start to get angry, like, I'm doing my best. Why is everything not changing? And then you start to realize that doing my best is good enough in order for me to please God, but my best is not always good enough to change the situation. And at that point, I have to rely on God in order for God to change the situation and in order for me to be at peace in the middle of God changing the situation. Because when it comes to the spiritual side, it can be very difficult sometimes, because the Lord may have you to give to one person, may have you give to another person, may have you give to multiple people, and it may put you in a situation where you don't know exactly how you're gonna get your bills paid. And yes, it can be difficult, but at the same time, it's also very rewarding when you go ahead and do these things, because in the middle of you sacrificing to do everything that God has for you to do, in the end, He will also bless you as hard as you've been sacrificing. There would be countless amount of times that I would give so much where all I could do is cry, because I just didn't have the finances in order for me to give and at the same time still live and pay my bills. It's been very difficult for me to go through all these things and still live to tell about it. But at the end of the day, God has still kept me. He has always kept me with the roof over my head, food to eat, clothes on my back, and all my bills paid, to be honest. Even though things may not look the way that I think that they should look, He has always blessed me and taken care of me and made sure that everything has come out exactly the way it's supposed to be. It feels so bad sometimes, because I remember sometimes the Lord would tell me that I would have to give all the money that I went ahead and I gained from the previous day and give it to somebody else. I remember this one time the Lord told me I had to give all my money that I made the previous day to a friend of mine, because she was going through a hard time. And all I could do on my drive of out here making deliveries was just cry. And I heard an angel tell me, be patient. God is going to restore you. You just got to be patient. And after that, I felt better, but I still hurt. Had to put on my coat and a hat and stuff like that, because it's cold out here. About to go ahead, grab me another delivery real quick. Hold on, give me 1 second. Okay, so I'm out here, waiting for another order. But in the middle of all that, I'm gonna go ahead and talk to you guys a little longer because I'm waiting for an order right now. But in any case, like I said, it was hard to do that. And basically, it's just one of those things you have to come to grips with yourself and, with God helping you that, you have to get rid of your anger. And I'm learning to get rid of my anger, every day. But here lately, like for yesterday, I went ahead and I was tested really good with my anger. I had to argue with people, fight with people all day, basically because, I'm trying to get stuff for my job and stuff like that, and people give me run around and you know what I'm saying? So it's just a constant thing, where you gotta go ahead and you gotta, fight for what you need and fight for what you want and, all of those things. So it's just one of those things that I had to deal with. And, God's working it out, He blessed me I had to get a new debit card for a job I'm supposed to be doing. And, it was hard trying to go ahead and talk with this job because this job, I've been talking with them for way longer, or maybe a little less than 6 months, trying to fight with them, them giving me the runaround. And yesterday I just got, really upset, and I just was like, hey, I'm not getting off this phone until you go ahead and help me, like, because there's no reason why I have to go ahead and fight with somebody, what I'm saying, for 6 months or more, or maybe less, I don't know. But in any case, it's been a long time just for me to get my stuff straight for me for this job, especially when I went ahead and I put all the effort into signing on paperwork and all that stuff like that too. So it's just one of those things where, you got to deal with things. You got to deal with situations in life. And, sometimes, like I said, you got to fight for what you want, what you need. And, the devil was messing with my mind, you know what I'm saying? Telling me things that, I shouldn't be doing. And trying to entertain me with, what I'm saying? Trying to entertain the situation, And, basically just trying to make me do things that doesn't make any sense for me to do. And I'm not doing that. So, I keep myself forward. I kept myself calm, and God's been really working it out and, giving me favor in the situation. So, all right, so I just got done dropping off my last order. It's not gonna be my last order for today, but the last order. But in any case, but I say all these things to say this, that, excuse me, hold on. Okay, I have to turn it into this parking lot. Anyways, so, but I say all these things to say this, that when it comes to patience and learning to be patient and learning that nothing is exactly what we thought it was when we were children, growing up and learning, and even though the world is filled with awe, and learning that as an adult, we still have one of those things where we have to learn what the world really is. And after we learn what the world really is, not what they tell us it is, but what it really is, then we have to learn how to manage and maneuver ourselves in this world. Of course, things may be difficult, but it's not something for us to get upset too much about. And if we do get upset, we have to learn how not to sin when we get upset. Because when it comes down to it, when we go ahead and we make a mistake in the middle of our anger, it doesn't help the situation. It can in fact make it worse. So it's just one of those things where we have to learn how to keep ourselves together in the midst of the chaos. Now, I know you guys have been waiting for some new music. Please be patient with me. I'm still in the middle of getting things together and doing everything that I have to do in order for me to get everything together. But I am working on some new stuff, so as you can see, I am really excited about that, and I'm glad that the Lord is blessing me to do these things and keep these things moving forward. But I am going to go ahead and get off of here. But I love you guys. God bless you. Please make sure that you guys learn how to stay patient. Learn that even in the middle of the battle, God is fighting for you. And we just have to be strong. And even in the middle of sacrifice, we just have to keep knowing and understanding and learning that God has our backs and also has our best interests at heart. It doesn't matter how anything looks. It doesn't matter how it feels. It doesn't matter how it tastes, smells, anything. At the end of the day, God has our best interests at heart. He knows everything, what is happening, what is going to happen, and everything that has happened. And He will love you. He will protect you. He will guide you. He will bless you. I love you guys. God bless you. See you in the next episode. God's glory. Take care. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, and share. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.